Recording in progress. Recording stopped.
Anele. Shanaz.
Honorable Litsi.
Yeah, Mahmoud, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good morning, honorable members and colleagues. Can I note from Anele if we have any apologies, and then also to indicate if we meet quorum?
Morning, Chair. Morning to honorable members. Chairperson, the apology that we got is from Honorable Mananiso. She'll be joining the meeting at 20 minutes, and then we do have a quorum. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, thank you very much. So honorable members were gathered today to go through a set of minutes and reports. So we have minutes for the 1st, the 6th, the 8th, the 13th, and the 20th of March. Okay, and then we have the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter report of DHET. All right, I think we can start with the minutes of the 1st. Just need to, on my side, they are just scattered, so if colleagues could just bear with me. Okay, so the minutes on the 1st of March were for a meeting we had with the, oh no, this is not the right one. Okay, can I just have 2 minutes to just have them all set up on one? I need them all open on one sort of document. If colleagues can just give me 2 minutes, I apologize sincerely. Okay, apologies for that. I was just struggling to move between the different documents. Okay, so we have on the 6th of March a briefing by the Department of Higher Education and Training on an update on the state of governance in higher education, in the higher education sector, and the performance of the sector education and training authorities. And then these minutes are 6 pages long, and the conclusion is on page 5. And then on the 8th of March, we got a briefing from the National Skills Fund. If you can just already fix that, Anele, it says National Skills Financial. I think we're trying to say National Skills Fund. So right at the top on agenda, if you can just fix that as already. Those minutes are 5 pages long, and with the last page ending with closure, conclusion, consideration of minutes and reports. So on that day, we also considered minutes and reports. And then on the 13th of March, we went to Itemba Labs, where we considered the committee legacy report. And those minutes are 4 pages long. And then on the 1st of March, we had a briefing by the Department of Science and Innovation and the NRF regarding the work that's being done at the SKA. Those and as well as we also received a briefing on the astrotourism strategy. And those minutes are 4 pages long. Okay, so those are the minutes that we ought to consider, and then we'll get into the reports afterwards. But I'd like to at this point note any hands from members who seek to make amendments to the minutes. Honorable Pillay, I see your hand is up.
Thank you very much, Chairperson, and good morning to all honorable members. Chair, I'm just seeking clarity because I'm looking at Anele's email. I've got minutes for the 6th of March. I've got minutes for the 8th of March and the 13th of March, but I don't see the 1st of March.
Okay, so Shanaz
This one
sends
is
a okay, so Shanaz sent a follow-up email where she then attaches revised minutes for the visit to Itemba Lab. So the 13th of March, she sends revised minutes. And then she also sends us the minutes for the 1st. So it would have
Got it.
been.
Got
You
it.
got it?
Got it.
Okay,
Thank
cool.
you. I would like to move for the adoption of the minutes, Chair. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Honorable Pillay. I'd like to, so with no amendments, I'm assuming.
No amendments, no. Thank you.
Okay, I'd like to note someone who would second the adoption of the minutes. Honorable Itzia.
Person, members, one to our team. Chair, just consistency on the name of on one set of minutes is TW, on the other it's W, so just amendment, just consistency on, let's have the same name, but I think the contents are perfect.
Okay.
I will delay adoption of the minutes.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Itzia. Honorable Itzia, your network is bad, but what I got from you is that there must be consistency in how we record our names as members. So it must be TW, not just T on one or W on the other, but both. And then you have seconded the adoption of the minutes. All right, so the minutes from those dates have been adopted by Honorable Pillay and seconded by Honorable Itzia. And yeah, so I think we can close that. Then we can move towards the reports. So on the first report we have is the draft report of the Portfolio Committee on Higher Education, Science and Innovation on its consideration of the 2023-24 first, second, and third quarter financial and non-financial performance of the Department of Science and Innovation. Can we please put the date there? Because right at the point in which we wrote the report, there is no date. So can we please insert the dates according to this draft? And this draft this draft report is 23 pages long. And then we have the report for higher education, and it is a 13-page report. So those are the two reports for the first, second, and third quarter financial and non-financial performance of both the Department of Science and Innovation and the Department of Higher Education. Can I please note hands of members who would like to adopt these reports? Just 1 second. Okay, Honorable Sibiya.
Morning, Chair. Thanks. I'm adopting the reports, the two sets of reports as it is. Thanks, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Sibiya. All right, Honorable Pillay.
Thank you very much, Chair. I would like to second the adoption of the reports. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Honorable Itie?
As for the record, I'm steady. Thank you.
Okay, all right. The minutes have been adopted. Sorry, the two reports have been adopted by Honorable Sibia, and that adoption has been seconded by Honorable Pillay, and I guess third did by Honorable Litsie. I also want to just acknowledge the fact that, colleagues, we are working on beefing up the legacy reports with the comment and additions that members made, particularly with the higher education one. And I think we've already received, in fact, the additions. And so want to appreciate those comments that members made. And also want to appreciate the presence of members at both the engagements on considering the legacy reports for science and innovation and higher education. Most importantly, to appreciate the commitment by members of this committee to the work that we've had to do. I really believe that at all points we've tried our utmost best to put citizens of this country first, regardless of our party lines. And so, yeah, we're really grateful for the work that the collective has done, and as well as to the support staff. Thank you very much for the work that you have done in supporting us. Your efforts definitely do not go, are not taken for granted or go unnoticed. That really brings us to the end of our meeting. I don't know if there's anyone who'd like to say anything. I'm not sure, because it's a discussion, so I'm asked to discussions in Minishan, but because there's not much to discuss. But I don't know if I should open up to colleagues and members if they'd like to add anything or say anything. This, I think, would be the last meeting that we have before. Yeah, I think this is our last meeting, essentially. I mean, we would need to call a meeting if there's anything urgent that arises, but from what we understand from the programming committee, this really is our last meeting as a committee. I see Honorable Chachao and Honorable King's hands are up. Honorable Chachao.
Chairperson, thank you. Good morning to you and good morning to all colleagues. Chair, I want to say thank you. Thank you to you and your leadership for leading this committee with the diligence that you applied. I want to say thank you for always striving to strike a sober balance between towing the party line and being objective in how you steered this committee. I joined this committee late. However, the time that I've spent in this committee under your leadership is one that is very commendable, that speaks greatly to the courage that you have, to the beauty of your leadership 100%. And I think the South African people, and particularly students, have been very blessed to have you as the chairperson of this committee. Although there were hard moments, difficult moments that didn't make sense, moments where any of us could have questioned what the hell are we doing in this committee, excuse my French, pushing against a tide that was not always favorable to our destination. But you pushed through, you did the most. South Africa will always remember this. So I want to say thank you to you. And I want to say thank you to all the other colleagues in the committee as well for the participation that we've had. In moments where we've disagreed, we've been able to get back and agree and find a common ground in the best interest of students and ensuring that no one is left behind. I want to say thank you to the staff as well for their accommodation all the time, for people like myself who have weird questions to ask, their ability to just always be available, particularly Shanasa, and more so Ukabingesi. There's never a DM that is left unanswered. There's never a call that is left unreturned. There's never an email that is missed, that is met with impatience. And so I want to say thank you 100%. And for all members, and I want to thank myself also for being here. But for members who are not coming back, who are going to pursue representation of South Africa in other spheres, either in the legislative arm of state or other spheres, or even in the private sector, I want to wish you all the best. May God enrich you. May all your paths be centered on your purpose for this life. And for some who are coming back, may the 7th Parliament also be a fruitful one. May we use the work that we have done in this committee as stable stepping stones for a 7th Parliament that will work for better interest of students. That's that from me. Let's go hit the grounds. Let's be happy. And yeah, I'm actually getting emotional, but thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Chachal. Honorable King.
Good morning, colleagues. So I actually also wanted just to say thank you. So I think I told some of you last week that I will be moving to the legislature in the Eastern Cape after 29 May election, God willing, the DA increase on its votes. But I also would like to thank everyone on this platform for the incredible work that you are doing and is still going to do. I have to say, walking into the footsteps of Professor Belinda Bazoli was not an easy one for me. But I must say it was made easy by the staff component, especially, who guided and always give advice as we move on. And also, Chairperson, I would also like to say thank you and congratulations to you on the work that you have done in steering this portfolio. You know, I walked in with the first chairperson, which I certainly was not impressed with. And then here comes along this young, vibrant young woman, and she just grabbed everything by the bull's horn, and you just shaped this committee into the actual direction it should be taking. I'm going to actually miss all of you in the portfolio in the next 7th Parliament, but I can guarantee you anything that lands on my desk concerning higher education, I will most definitely contact Anele and Shanaz and Renee and Dr. Ekata and Mambocho for all your guidance and assistance should I request some information. But I also like to go out on a very laughable note to say, Letitia and Yabo, I'm really going to miss the long speeches that you make and the little jokes and snippets that you throw at us. But I know it was all coming from the good heart. And I know you all have a good thing in your heart for the students out there and to see that higher education excel. So thanks from my side to everyone.
Thank you, Honorable King. Honorable Pillay.
Thank you very much, Chair. Chair, let me, I don't want to get emotional, but let me first say thank you to you for your leadership. And I think more of everything that we've done in this committee came out in the last 2 legacy reports, where you have really showed your leadership and how you were able to encapsulate the loads of work that has gone into this committee. I also joined the committee late, and I must tell you that when I joined, I felt like I wanted to run away because there was just so much, and the fact that we don't finish in time, and many times I missed my flights and those kind of things. But yeah, it was an incredible experience, but I think more so because we were really able to make changes and really able to impact the lives of students in the country, particularly because of the manner in which we did not just accept what departments or entities came and presented to us. We're able to hold them account. We're able to get them to correct the things that they needed to correct. And for me, that stands out as part of the impact we have made in changing lives. And I think that's what Parliament is about, that's what government is about, and that's what our task as members of Parliament within this committee are when it is in terms of providing oversight. I also love the way we were able to hold people accountable and to account, and that we, even at times when it came to cutting across party lines, but just saying things the way it needed to be said. I also want to appreciate the leadership of the whip, who so warmly welcomed me to this committee. I think she helped me more to grasp many things. To every one of the members for the contributions. What I would miss the most, I think, is the debates, because members of the opposition will agree with us here, but when they get to the House in the plenary and the debate, they'll say something else. And then it's our task to then be able to rebuttal. But I think that for me will be something I miss. And I just want to wish all members everything of the best for the 7th administration. And I pray that our journeys that began will not end here, that we will stay in contact and be able to call on each other at any point, because I believe that each and every one of us have an expertise and skill that we can be able to empower each other with. Once again, thank you, Chair. Thank you very much for everything.
Thank you very much, Honorable Pillay. Honorable Litsia.
No, thank you very much. Chair, has it improved?
Okay, we can hear you now.
Okay, I was saying I hope my network has improved. No, thank you very much, Chair. Maybe let me begin by thanking our ever committed, ever ready staff members, Ignita, Dr. Arams, Shanaz, Tandukolo, Anne. Without you guys, I think we must all agree that would have been useless. You took us literally by the hand, assisted us when we were asking bad questions, and we really appreciate all the work you put. Would like to wish you all in your activities in the 7th. Taboshoff, who's not here, I think we must appreciate his contribution as well. He's here, Dr. Boshoff. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when we were going to made sure that we go and see Orania. And I still have the 10 aura that he gave me there when we were in Orania. We wish you all the best, Dr. Boshoff. If you are coming back, continue what we did in this committee, holding everybody accountable, being grounded, but most importantly, trying to be fair, despite the fact that the executive will not have been your political party at the helm, but you would have been one person, I think, from the opposition who would have commended the work of the department, even though it was an opposition to you. Thank you very much to Honorable King. You and I had our moments where we fought, where sometimes but thank you very much. I think you really empowered the committee as well with your contributions when you are not towing the party line. When you're towing the party line. I'm sorry, I don't know why these people keep doing this when I'm in meetings. And all the best in your endeavors in Eastern Cape. We hope they give you education there. And then Honorable How entered late in the committee with some young youthful energy, which, we really felt a lot with her. But I think the best moment I had with her was when we were having physical meetings and she's sitting next to me. and you know, she could feel my spiritual powers. She would just bother there. And that was on a lighter note. But thank you very much also for the contributions you have made in the committee. I think maybe I will open the group of the WhatsApp group of the committee because I think Karabo is fine now. The group was closed because she was just being unresolved. Be open now. The committee is no longer those fights. Honorable Noble, grounded as well. Thank you for your contributions to the committee. If there's anybody I don't understand in the committees, Honorable Noble, very, very calm, reserved. It's the only person in the committee I still don't understand. We also had Sanele thank him for his, I think because of his other political responsibilities of being the president of the IFP Youth, so we shared him a lot with that responsibility, and it was very difficult for us to really click. In terms of office, we used to have a young man from the IFP, Honorable was with us, and I don't think we acknowledged him.
Honorable Litsie,
The rest in peace.
we've been trying our best to. We've been trying our best to be patient with the network, but it is not getting better. I think it's getting worse. Could you pause by Honorable Numalo and then try and find a better spot so that we can? I'll take Honorable Yabo, then I'll come back to you. Because you are saying very, very important things. Yes, the network is really dealing with us. Okay. Honorable Yabo.
Good morning, Chair. Let me greet also everyone else on the platform, honorable members, members of the team who are online. I suppose goodbyes are not my strength. But this almost 5 years has been quite a thrill to be part of the 6th Parliament deployed here by our organizations to come and represent the people of South Africa in their entirety. I think having started from day one with the committee, when you were still the whip chair, so I learned a lot. And I think I'm one of those people who are going to forever be open to learning new things, gaining new knowledge, expanding my horizon as far as learning from others is concerned. You never know that you know little until you realize that there are people who know more. And it has always been my attitude to learn from others. And I think we have worked well together with the various parties who form part of the committee, with the DA having had Nodada at first, who was the shadow minister, and then later removing him to replace him with Honorable King. The late Professor Bozoli was always a welcome breath of fresh air at times, although sometimes she was just too controversial. But we enjoyed her being in the committee. We related very well with her. May her soul continue resting in peace. And I think those that also came through, Dr. Kumalo, although she served a very brief stint with us, but presence was always welcome. EFF comrades who, or honorable members who have gone through the committee, Peter being starting with us earlier on and being changed. We have really traversed a long journey together. I think ourselves, Chair, the Whip, myself, Litsie, are literally the furniture because we've been here for that long, serving for the length of the duration of the committee. And Honorable Boshoff, I almost forgot that he's also a fossil here with us in the committee. I want to appreciate all of you guys for being part of this amazing journey. History will record us as the cohort that revolutionized oversight. History will record us as the cohort that turned up the heat, changed how Parliament is viewed by those who are accountable to it. I pray and hope that those who will be part of the 7th administration will take the standard even higher. Accountability is not a negotiable. Accountability is not a negotiable. Any system that lacks accountability collapses in and on itself. It implodes on itself. So accountability must come first and foremost as part of the duty of those who will then take this work forward in the 7th administration. People must account. People must be held accountable for their deeds, for their actions, for their misdeeds, for their, whether it's excellent work or whether it's a deplorable work, people must be held accountable for whatever it is that they do in the service of our people. I would like to say thank you to everyone for being part of this this trip, this journey, this lovely journey. At times it would get very heated. I remember that there was a point where the group was even closed because it was bad. It was very bad. Let's any spiritual powers and the girl who bought us there got the group closed. We are unable to speak now in our own group because of that spat. But that was on a lighter note. Honorable Pillay, having come through towards really almost the end of the show, you have exceeded expectations, my brother. Clarity of thoughts, the pace at which you were able to grasp the issues in the sector, quick learning, nimble-footed alacrity. It's admirable. It's admirable. Chachao with her polished accent and English. Whip with her Stalin-like iron fist. Shkwambana with his animated verbosity. Honorable Boshoff with his knowledgeable inputs that demonstrate a man with a keen sense of reading. The team who carried us, Mampi, Osborne Mullins, Dr. Everyone that even that was mentioned by Litsie that I may not mention individually, but guys, you are the best. You carried us. You always made sure to deliver quality work. Our content advisors, our secretaries, the support staff, guys, you are the best. And we pray and hope and wish that you continue doing the best, even for those who are coming in the 7th administration. We are grateful to have crossed paths with you, and we hope that we will cross paths again after the 29th of May this year. Those who might not have made it well in the lists of their various organizations, wherever you may be redeployed, we wish you well. Continue to be who you are. Continue putting the interests of our people ahead of personal interest. Continue to do well. Thrive wherever you may go. Chair, as I close with you, I feel you were thrown into the deep end and you were told to swim. But not only did you swim, but you became a champion swimmer. And being the youngest, you had to carry people older than you and to command respect from people who are older than you. And you carried this work with such finesse, with aplomb, like the Mkhatshwa you are. Thank you so much for doing this work, for carrying this heavy load and making it look so effortless. We might have not liked everything. At the moment, it might have happened, but the overall score for me is that you are a 10 out of 10. You did well, and thank you so much for agreeing to take on the responsibility of leading people older than you for as long as you have. Modimo wetse hantle. May God continue blessing you and opening up greater avenues for you. To all of you guys, all the best. I love you so much. Thank you so much, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Yabo. Honorable Boshoff.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I really appreciate this opportunity, especially because I missed our previous 2, or is it even 3, physical meetings, and it's I'm very sad about it. But I should add that I'm trying to get back into the next parliament. And my position on our party list is exactly the same it had been in 2019. So it all depends on whether we get enough votes to to reach my position. So I'm working very hard in the constituency, and while it's one of those things, one can be only one place at a time. Only yesterday that I realized that would mean that we would never be together as a group, as a committee again. And I know that to say never is a big word, but I really think it's probably going to be never the case, because this special group of staff members of Parliament and of members of Parliament, there will actually be no reason for everyone to be together again. I've actually thought about some kind of gift that I would like to give to everyone, but I think there will still be room for that. When I got to Parliament in 2019, I actually did not know what to expect. I didn't even know to what committee my party would assign me, and it was all part of the negotiations between the opposition parties where one should go. So I thought, okay, higher education, this is fine, what happens in that department? and especially science and innovation, which still had been science and technology at that stage. And I must say what a privilege it was. And it's in different senses that it was a privilege. The places that we visited, the things that we saw happening, which one didn't know about. You are a citizen of the country, but you don't know what's happening in the country, in all these places. And then the special people, I want to mention Shanaz and Anele with their unbelievable effectiveness. And then also our content advisors, Mampagu, Mr. Bottoman. I must say, there are two people who make me wish I just knew Zikloza and isiZulu, and that is Bottoman when he tells a story and I can't understand it. It's such a pity because it seems like such a great story. And then also Masabia with isiZulu when she starts scolding people from universities or colleges or whoever who don't quite bring on their part according to her, then, well, maybe I'm glad that I can't understand it because I might start feeling like in grade 1 with somebody telling you what you should do. But I have a great appreciation for that, and it's very clear. And also our researchers, Dr. Arendse and Dr. Renee Osborne-Millens, actually coming from the same province of than me, just a generation or so ago. But turning to our members, I must say that since we started, I think the one still on the committee is you, Honorable Chair, and also Honorable Etsie and Yabu and Honorable Mananiso and Masibia. And if I could mention that, I would say Honorable Letsie is always serious even when he's making a joke. Or one could say it the other way around. He always makes a joke, but he's serious about it. And the chair is always serious, but never without a twinkle in the eye. And Honorable Mananiso, hardworking and always bringing the perspective of people who are maybe not recognized ever so readily in normal circumstances, always concerned about gender-based violence and the rights of people who are, as I said, not always recognized. And Masabia, yeah, I've mentioned that. And then maybe I should say my daughter sent me a photograph very early on with a young girl, not in a red uniform, just a face, saying, did you see this girl? She gave us a hard time at the University of Pretoria at Tuks during the strikes, and it was Honorable Chirwa. So I recognized her with that first memorable speech of her, with the first State of the Nation, I think. Now, I'm not sure exactly what the state of this committee is, but one could say it was at least every time exciting when she started speaking. Honorable Yabu also, I must say, Honorable Yabu has an angle when looking at everything. A surprising angle. When we went through Carnarvon and he saw the different architecture and he said, well, this is contested terrain. And he said
Recording
it
in progress.
Without knowing the knowledge, the history of the town. He actually deducted the history correctly by looking at architecture. And I thought that's actually a talent. It's not just knowledge. It's a way of thinking. It's a talent being able to do so. I think those of us who had a number of oversight visits together, got to know one another, really got to be friends across party lines. As other members also mentioned, great appreciation for Honorable Kietsi, who left us, and Honorable Nodada, who went to another committee. And it was good to get to know. Yeah, I should mention the previous leader of the IFB Youth League, who tragically died in a car accident during the COVID period. And it was good to receive Honorable Zondo, also Honorable Gagau. There's a saying in Afrikaans, om nie op die bek geval te wees nie. Now, I think it's impossible to translate it, but it's something like you are not silenced, but it's a idiomatic way of saying it. Honorable King, I think very conscientious, always looking at everything. And then Honorable Noble and Honorable Pillay, I must say we had too many virtual connections and too few physical ones, really, to get to know one another as well as it could have been. When we say goodbye for this administration, we don't know whether we come back, and we don't know where we will be assigned, even if we come back. So the one thing that I realized, the most precious thing in our space is institutional knowledge or institutional memory. And it would be great if more than one, if several of us can return to this committee, because otherwise some people will have to start where we started 5 years ago. And that would not be in the interest of this whole, the word that I learned from the chair, the whole accountability ecosystem in which we function. It will be to its best advantage, or when, well, I hope several of us will be back in the next committee. But with all that, I thank you very much. I learned from every member, and maybe I should just say this. People sometimes ask me now, what is it like? Now, it's a difficult question to answer because it all depends. But I said something that I saw in our committee is young people who are really dedicated to good governance and who are not guilty of any of the things that one hear about, like sweeping things under the carpet or just defending the executive, but really playing the part of oversight, which is the task of the legislative arm of the whole state. So if I can exclude myself from this, I want to say I would like to commend and congratulate our whole committee for a great 5 years. It's not possible to be objective, but it is possible to be non-partisan. And I think we succeeded in that. We were non-partisan in this committee and in interacting with institutions and with individuals. And if I can have just one wish, it is that somebody, maybe some angel from heaven or someone will come down to fix NSFAS. Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Boshoff. Honorable Sibiya.
Thanks, Chairperson. Greetings to everyone. Thanks, Chair. What you have done to us as a chairperson, we have learned a lot from you and from the colleagues as a team. That team spirit was so good. And we'd like also to thank our staff members, the work they have been done for us. It was a long journey and it was not easy. But with that collectivity, we have done a lot. And we will remember if we were visiting, I think it was in Limpopo, Honorable Gagau came to me crying, what is wrong now? Athi izinkukhu, chickens. Athi ngiyayisaba. Are you talking about snakes or chickens? Not snakes, chickens. Aw, Karabo was crying literally. But it was nice. And we will remember you, Chairperson, failing to wake up in the morning if we are having ama oversights. I Chairperson, as from now you will be trying ukuthi uvuke nje early, uzame nje kuzoze kube right. Kuyakuhlula Chairperson ukuvuka, angazi noma iwashi awulicuphi na, but it was nice to work together. We have learned a lot. May God bless you all. Thanks a lot.
Legend, madoda.
Ngizasaba namanje inkukhu ma.
Can I go back to Honorable Litia before I close?
Chairperson, please note me as well.
Okay, back to you.
Am I audible now, Chair? I hope I'm better.
Absolutely perfect.
Well, thank you very much. I was just saying, Chair, on our legacy report, we may have forgotten to include Honorable Ngumalo, who was also a member of this committee, who unfortunately we buried. I'm sorry, man, I was just laughing so hard, so I'm trying to catch my breath now. And then maybe
Laughing or crying?
yeah, both. And then to the EFF, you know, the EFF would have brought us probably 5 different or 6 different members to the committee, which made it a little difficult to understand how they work, from Honorable Kietsi to Honorable Tembekwayo, I think Honorable Mohali, Honorable Chirwa, now Honorable Shikwamba. I'm not sure if there's somebody I'm forgetting, but maybe I'll just speak about Honorable Shikwamba and Honorable Chirwa, who, you know, when they are calm, they make such a valuable contribution. And I think our prayer for them is that they remain calm, you know, all the time, because their contribution really assists or assisted our work as a committee this year. I think maybe, Honorable Bishop, on a lighter note, because political parties get political briefs on the posture, maybe the posture of the EFF, on a lighter note, was that they must just come, or maybe they felt that the committee's Comrade Blade Nzimande, they must just ask about where is Blade. No, we're not discussing NSFAS. We want Blade, you know.
No, the Honorable Litia, you are lying.
Yeah, it was on a lighter note, but very, very nice and calm people of the script. You know, if we're not in committees, very nice people to chill with. And then maybe moving towards my own study group members, I will start with, it must be very clear that we're given a task to make sure that we move from point A to point B. When we arrived, it says NSF is a mess, NSFAS is a mess, CTAs are a mess, TVET colleges are a mess. When we leave, let's leave a legacy. And I, you know, even in all committees, she will speak like a mother, that she is somebody with wisdom. You know, there was no way that no one would listen to Msb. And now, as a child raised by a single mother, Msb, I really appreciated your commitment to the committee, your advices to me personally. You know, sometimes no one calls about, hey, now you know, you know, I really appreciate that the advice that you gave me. Honorable Pillay joined the committee a bit late. But you can tell when somebody has got a passion. Honorable Pillay is very passionate about education. We're sharing him with Home Affairs, and I don't know which other committee. Now, I think it's monitoring, but the commitment he will bring. When you have 3 committees, Chair, it means you go through, and in our case, you go through maybe 5 different presentations every week. And him and Honorable Yabo, they were in 3 committees. Sometimes you'll see they are drained, but they will pick themselves up. Comrade Pillay, a brother, a friend. When I'm in Durban during this election period, I will highlight you definitely, my brother. You've been more than a brother to myself, giving an advice, even when I did not ask for it. Honorable Yabo, Honorable Comrade Yabo, Chair, was close to me, but these bombastic words that he uses, I don't even remember one. I don't know what's wrong. Maybe when he was with me, he uses different ones so that I don't cram them, because the plan was to cram all of them so that I can use them, tomorrow on Khakha, on Honorable Khakha, Honorable Boshoff. But when he's with me, he speaks Sesotho, does not speak these things. But Comrade Yabo, thank you very much as well. Learned a lot from yourself. Comrade Yabo does not drink alcohol. And I no longer drink alcohol now because of him. He has turned me into a mini pastor as well. So there's a lot that I've learned from him, and I really appreciate the friendship. Comrade Majenzo, you and I come from the same area, same region. I've known Comrade Majenzo for more than 10 years now. Our whip, Comrade Yabo says you've got Stalin approach into leadership. And if I were to correct that, I will say she's got Idi Amin approach to everything. When she speaks to me, as a brother, as a friend, she's like Idi Amin. She's dictator. Many years ago, Karabo, Honorable Khakha, when we were probably still in high school, when I got married, Comrade Jane was there at my wedding. She still wanted to be Idi Amin, to dictate where must go where, But I really appreciate the sisterhood, Comrade Jane. You and I come from very far, and I hope we'll still go very far. To Chair, many people don't know this, that when I look at all honorable members in the group, the person I fought most with, or I've disagreed most with, is you, Chair. We've disagreed, I don't know how many times, but because we understood that our disagreement does not come from a bad place, it comes from a brother and sister relationship, we managed to keep our relationship as atomic as it is. I think if I were to describe our relationship with you, it's very atomic. It's like a bomb, because of the respect we have for each other, the love we have for each other. And I want to also say that indeed when we came in, you were given the responsibility of a whip. I would like to believe that we would have given you the support that was, required. We worked well together. In 2021, you were given the responsibilities of being the chair. And I remember the conversation we had that morning, because we met physically in Parliament. And you said, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And I said to you, I know what you're gonna do. You are going to ace it. And I meant it then. And when I look back now, I think if there was a mark beyond an ace, maybe it's an ace plus, yeah. So you've ace plus it. You really swim against the tide. It was not an easy ride, but you've done extremely well, and we're very proud. Having a young Black female, those are the triple challenges that women go through, who are Black, who are young, who are female. The world generally has got, or a young Black woman has got the world against them. And you've really pushed hard against the world, and we have conquered. In my view, we will not be where we are now if it was not because of your sterling leadership. Albeit it being under sometimes us not talking to one another for a day or for 2 days because we are just not agreeing on something. And maybe in conclusion, indeed, Honorable Boshoff, we hope that angel comes soon, because if there's anything that, when we look at the legacy of this group, that we could not change and change well, is NSFAS. We hope that angel comes through. We have administered over 3 administrations now at NSFAS. When we arrived, it was under administration. Then the executive and the board were appointed, and currently we have an acting CEO and acting chair. So we've literally been here for 3 administrations of NSFAS, and we hope that really something must give, because the importance of NSFAS can never be overemphasized to this country. Thank you very much, and all the best to all of you. All the best to those who are coming back, those who are going to the private sector, those who are going to the administration. All the best to all of you, and indeed we shall meet again. Ciao.
Ciao, Bella. Honorable Mananiso.
Yeah, thank you, Chairperson, and let me start by greeting everyone on the platform. Chair, I am very emotional today. I've been listening to all of you, speaking. When I started logging on, I was asking myself, are these people giving testimonies or what? And as I'm listening to other members, I'm like, you know what? This is one of the special meetings that it will only comes by favor or by privilege. So it is this privilege that we are getting to tell each other how we have made efforts in terms of working with each other from different walks of lives, but finding each other to better the lives of our people, Chairperson. I want to just express myself with regards to people that one have met, like from the supporting staff, Bo Mema Baho, Bo Erens, Bo Shanas, Bo Renee, Anele, and Botoman, and others that used to join us when we were going for oversight. One would want to just say to them, we appreciate the work that they've been doing to us as members in terms of giving us the support. I know that at some point and with different political parties, they went beyond the scope of duty by ensuring that they empower us. So I want to say to them, we really appreciate their professionalism in terms of ensuring that they support members of parliament, because I have learned that in these 5 years, their job was not easy. They had to leave many things personally. I mean, some of us, we know how Mama Mampaho was going through in and out hospital, but still she will carry us through up until we get whatever that we want from her as help. So I want to appreciate you guys for it. You know, sometimes when we read your minutes, I would say to the chairperson, these people, I think they just made a mistake just to make sure that we read our work and stuff, because of some of the typo errors were just like, and you can avoid them if really you are doing your work and you don't want to miss anything. But they did everything. I mean, we never changed too much into their minutes. We just changed there and there and emphasize on other issues. So I want to wish them well. And I think one would want to advise them that perhaps they would need to go and work in the private sector and bigger monies that they would want to earn, because of shame they are equal to the task. Chairperson, I don't want to speak about individuals, but I think what was interesting about this team as well, it is how other political parties like DA and EFF had to change members and bring other members into the committee. That could have told you, like Nje as a person, to say there's something about this portfolio committee. I remember we had a discussion, and one of the things that you would say is that, hey, I don't think that we are doing well. And every time I would say, man, relax. We are doing well as this particular committee, and we are one of the best committees, and you didn't agree. And up until last week, I can tell you, if we were to compete with other portfolio committees generally, now we were going to get an award as the portfolio committee for doing our work and going beyond the scope of work as well. Because at some time, we took community issues that were beyond our work as parliamentarians, based on the fact that we understood that our responsibility is to change the life of our people. So I want to acknowledge the work that we've been doing in all the corners. We have professionalized the issue of adopting institutions. And Comrade Litsi was one of those champions that we would know that if you want to get what is happening on universities or technicons, this is the person that can bring those issues. Honorable members have spoken about Honorable Pillay joining us late, but he was able, to be an equalizer in terms of the discussions and finding signage and uniformity on how we're doing our work as this portfolio committee. I found myself sisters from your DA, EFF, and a brother from EFF, Honorable Sikwambane. It's on the basis that we understood here we are parliamentarians who are carrying the baggage of people's lives in terms of what they cannot achieve. One thing that I think we need to note as something that actually made us as this portfolio committee to become enemies or disagree at most is the issue of NSFAS. And I want to say it in this platform so that whoever is listening with this discussion, they must know that all these members who are here, they've got the interest at heart to see an NSFAS that is positively responsive and doing their work as supposed to in terms of finding our people. So, Chairperson, I want to acknowledge the fact that we all judged for these 5 years, regardless of who was changed and when. And Honorable Mafuze, I think, comrades, we have touched on issues that sometimes after the meeting, I would ask myself, Nare Mafuze, which page your research and I think it was interesting to get to know Mafuze on another side of work in terms of the work that we've been doing as honorable members. Honorable Boshoff must be, they've been part of my life. I normally say to them, my friends, what, because of these are the people that I think that I gel well with in terms of how they live as elders. But I was in a committee of wrong turns, Amayanga. One of the things that one won't forget about is when we went overseas. I thought, man, these people are joking. Hi. Then there was Katwa calling and Anelo calling, saying, we are going. And it was so interesting that you have a young person who still have that thing of courses, planning a overseas trip as if you are going to Joburg. So one would say that indeed you had carried us through as your elders to ensure that you do your work. Even though sometimes, there would be that arrogance, man. I'm the only chair, and I was like, you see this one now. You are the only chair, yes, but sometimes you abuse us because of you come late and stuff. But at least I'm happy that Ma Sibia has given you park with that chairperson work on time. But as Honorable Litsi could have said, you did excellently work in terms of chairing this particular portfolio committee, even though sometimes some of us would want you to toe the party line. You would always want to express that, no, here we are anti-partisan and stuff. So you did well, Chairperson. I want to say to all of you members of this portfolio committee, guys, you were one of that team that one would say that you had great minds in terms of bringing issues to those who were coming before us. I mean, issues of GBVF, people never thought that they can be institutionalized in a PSET sector. Issues of language, some people never thought that they can be institutionalized in DSI. So we as the portfolio committee have ensured that those that are marginalized and vulnerable, we carry through their message in terms of ensuring that they are included in this particular process. And one of the things as well that one would want to appreciate that we did is the issue of cost cutting and mainstreaming issues. I think, Chairperson, you would note that this issue of joint meetings and stuff, it was actually professionalized and fashionalized by ourselves as this portfolio committee, so that we deal with the barriers of silo planning, silo implementation. So we did well, and I think the next 7th Parliament must just continue with the work that we have done. One has a special relationship with all of you. That I think that I'm leaving this portfolio and yourselves for me, you don't have, because of we did everything according to the book. So I want to wish you well, colleagues, and I hope that we will continue learning in terms of what the South Africa has to offer in terms of science, innovation, and technology space. Because for me, every time that session, it was a session for all of us to learn new things. And I would always check with Shanas. Shanas, can I ask this? Is it correct? Shanas will say, ask, member, it is your right. People need to account. So we were a great team, both administratively and us as parliamentarians. So I want to say, Mudimu Kyo Jaka, Honorable Mafuze could have said, and may the good God keep you and continue blessing you, and let the knowledge, experience, and skills that you got in these 5 years share with others, that people get to understand that they can come to Parliament and bring meaningful conversation and engagement. So I wish you well and be safe, because we are on Easter time. Those who are drinking things that have more volume, reduce the volume so that you arrive at Yalebo.
Thank you, Honorable Mananiso. Thank you very much to all members for those. Yeah, I think I mean, I don't think there's any one of us who've not felt some sense of emotion from the moment Honorable Chachal spoke towards and moving down towards every input from all members. I don't see hands from colleagues. Yeah, I don't, when I say colleagues, I mean, you know, we call them colleagues because we try and professionalize the space. So from staff members, I don't know if there's any reflections from yourselves.
Mabitso ka mabitso bo tintsho lona.
Okay, so there's nothing from Shanaz, Anele, Memudiba, Dr. Dr. Osborne Mullins, Dr. Aronsa. You may go ahead, Memudiba.
I just want to say thank you to all the members for the outstanding oversight work that you have done. Indeed, you took the sector, higher education or the PSET sector to greater heights, and you will forever be remembered. We thank you because, you know, when you are working behind the scenes, behind the curtains, it's difficult because you can't say anything, but you represented us very well. Thank you so much, and all the best with your future endeavors.
Thank you, Memudiba. I don't see any other hand up. So I'll take that as okay on my side. Thank you, Che. I don't know who's
Maybe
that, if it's
that's
Anele,
right.
if it's Shanaz, but okay, duly noted. Honorable members, it's
Maybe
been,
that's
yeah, we know they just want to get to the work, and that's that. Honorable members and colleagues, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for your commitment to the work that this committee has had to do in the last 5 years. It absolutely is not an easy one. Honorable Pillay, you're not the only one who many at times felt like running away. I was saying to someone, you know, not so long ago that I feel like I've been a president of the SRC since 2015. Like I feel like I got a bit of a break in 2017, 2018, and then, you know, thrown right back into the office in 2019. And I literally feel like I'm an SRC, I'm like a national SRC, because the things that we used to do whilst we were in SRC, we've had to continue doing them. Troubleshooting of NSFAS challenges. So it really feels like one has just been in one space for a very long time, which on one hand can really aid the sector, because then we have lived experiences. I think Honorable Chachal and myself, Honorable Shikwambana, Honorable Chirwa, a bit closer to the realities that students could be experiencing, you know, now, and what could be happening on campus. But at the same time, you don't want to feel like you're stuck in one space, you know. But it's been an absolute honor to serve, and I mean, even that knowledge of the fact that we've just left the space has really aided us. I mean, I think back to the meeting we had with UCT, and I watched the room as members from all parties almost just allowing Honorable Chachal to lead us in that moment and unpack and unravel all the issues that were at UCT, you know. But I really want to appreciate all the strengths of which we've come, all the strengths that we've come with into this committee. I mean, Honorable Boshoff, your ability to be objective at all times. There's something Honorable Boshoff once said in a plenary that I will never forget. And it was at that point in time where I could have resigned, not resigned, but like we could have said, okay, we're done. For me, I was done. You know, if one reflects on the work that they ought to do and how they go about their work, what he said in that plenary was a moment where I felt like, okay, no, I've done my job, you know. And it's when he said, and I'm paraphrasing here really, but he said, I move for the adoption of this report because our committee is chaired in an objective manner. And so this report is a true reflection of all of which members would have raised in the committee. And that's it. And I think in the moments of which I would protect and be defensive of this committee and say, there's only one chair, it is because of the commitment to protect the work of this committee and ensure that at every point in time, all of that of which we represent are the interests of South Africans. No one else, nothing else. And in order to be given that to fulfill that responsibility of unapologetically defending this democracy, you need to guard the responsibility that we have been given. We need to protect the responsibility that we've been given to sit in the highest office of this country as members of parliament. Only 400 people out of the 61 million people in this country need us to be jealous about the oversight responsibilities that we have. And so, yes, I would be jealous of the fact that I have been tasked with the responsibility of leading this democratic committee made up of representatives from various political parties. And it's been tough. It's been absolutely tough. Honorable Lidzie knows. You know, I don't think one has really slept well for about 5 years. I don't think many of us have slept well for 5 years. And I think in the last 3 years, it's been even worse. So perhaps those are some of the issues that contribute to, you know, many other issues. But generally, yeah, punctuality, because when one says, I am going to do this, I wish there was no time limitations until we could conclude that of which we've been tasked to do. But we hope that we'll become better and, you know, we'll strengthen ourselves in that regard. But I want to appreciate that at all points, even when we had the difficulties that led to the blocking of the WhatsApp, colleagues just remained committed to the work that we had to do. I was so nervous after that incident. I said, oh my God, you know, this is a tide I don't understand. We've never had this in this committee. We've never had this. You know, I remember calling Honorable King and saying to her, can you talk to your child? Because this we've never experienced in the committee, you know. I think we were all able to bring ourselves towards ourselves and do what is necessary for the people of South Africa. I really want to appreciate the support that one got from colleagues and the ability for colleagues to lift key issues. I mean, we all knew that collectively we can rely on an Honorable Lidzie to really find the nitty-gritties in a document on CETAs or from CETAs, on a document from NSFAS. You will find issues that one thinks, were you like using a magnifying glass to find that? How did you find that? You know, the ability for Honorable King to really lift issues of science and technology and link them back to education, particularly basic education, because that's the root of all. Tina, we come in on the back end, you know, but basic education really is a very important space for us to invest in ensuring that of which we receive as higher education is something that we can work with. And it's been great to also have some of our members sit on the portfolio committee on basic education. And you know, it would be great for those colleagues in some space to find a way to reflect on what that does. Sitting on a committee on basic education and higher education, are there any, you know, positives or pros to that, and does it help and aid the oversight of the two in any way? I think I spoke about Honorable Boshoff and his objectivity. I think I spoke to Honorable King, Honorable Chachao, you know, resilient, unapologetic. It's very uncomfortable, you know, and I guess that's what we need. I mean, even Honorable Litsie, sometimes I'd sit in a room and think to myself, yeah, baze bayishaya induku, and think to myself, how do I then bring it all back? How do I bring it all back after induku? So that when these colleagues that we are holding to account leave us, they don't leave us disgruntled, but leave us really feeling like, yeah, no, it's smoshile. Let's go and fix and come back, because they are giving us a way forward. Because you know, a lot of people, particularly in the science and innovation space, were saying, yo, we used to be so scared of coming to the committee, but now we have a better understanding of, you know, how a healthy oversight ecosystem could look like. Shaya induku, but uyabakhuthaza abantu ukuthi benze umsebenzi wabo, because people who are disgruntled are not going to want to work. But I guess I don't know what we can do with NSFAS. I agree with Honorable Litsie. We were harsh, we were diplomatic, we've tried every technique there. I don't know which technique we've not tried, you know, and we've, yeah, I don't. That's a difficult one. That's really one that needs a prayer or angels. I don't know what Honorable Poshofo was saying. Honorable Yabo, thank you so much for always coming with, you know, your perspectives, high level perspectives, bringing it all back. You know, so after we've all listed and identified particular matters, and been very technical, and been, you know, gone into the nitty-gritties, and for you to then bring us back to this high level appreciation and understanding of what it is that we're really all trying to achieve here. I could go on and on. I mean, I think if we were to have a book, you know, and just have a way of writing about the contributions of each member. Honorable Shikwambana, definitely very, very, very insightful comments and additions that you made, true realities of what young people are experiencing. You know, I'm not going to comment on Honorable Litsie's perspective on the calm times and the angry times and the, you know, but I think we got it there. But really, outside of what could come across as the noise, there's a lot of solid, sound advice and recommendation that came from yourselves. I think, Honorable Shikwambana, you were the first member that I removed from a meeting. I know you were the first member, the last member with Honorable Chirwa. And I'd get so frustrated when colleagues want the minister to be in the meeting, because it would just be something else. Makhona uChirwa, kukhona minister in the meeting, it would just become something that I don't understand. And in that point in time, I'm just like, guys, we just need to work. Can we get the questions and can we move, you know? To the colleagues to Honorable Pillay, for trying your best to you know, just hop onto the wagon, bringing across very sound, solid, you know, straight to the point recommendations. Honorable Ngobo as well, always like succinct, to the point, precise. Mamsibia, always shaya induku, the way you also have just shaya induku on me, you know, but always also very motherly. So to also understand ukuthi yeso karabo usaba inkukhu, and that, you know, that's a real thing, bird phobia. I don't know if it's got a different name, Honorable Chachao, but you know, so Honorable Mananiso, always being reliable, stern on issues of gender mainstreaming, on intersectionality and inclusivity, stern on consequence management, and really, you know, I mean, one thing I've learned from some of the members, particularly those who have started with from 2019, Honorable Mananiso, Honorable Litsie, is to show up, you know, to consistently show up. I mean, if we had to check the attendance register of Honorable Mananiso and Honorable Litsie from 2019, I think only times of which you didn't attend is if you were studying, or if you were if you were deployed, Mananiso in particular, to another committee, and that those are the only times in which I would recall that you didn't attend meetings or didn't speak in a meeting, you know. And I've heard complaints from other committees where they say members are logged in, but no one is really participating in the meeting. And we haven't had that challenge. I do think we could have done better with science and innovation. I don't know if it's because science and innovation is too high level, or if it's too, or maybe they are too clear and too succinct in their presentations, so there's not really much to ask. But I think we could have done better on science and innovation. And we've also lifted in the legacy report the fact that time was also just not enough for us to attend to issues of science and innovation. I think I've thanked the staff during our legacy reports, Anele, really, and Shanaz, really, you know, guiding me into the work of being the chair, to an extent of which I now can say, I don't want to do it like this, I want to do it like that. Because things got cool manj, you know, and also being open to the innovation and to the yeah, just like wanting to do things differently, you know, and really pushing the system. So thank you for that support. To the researcher, Dr. Adansa, thank you for your support. Dr. Renee Osborne Mullins, thank you for your support on science and innovation. I know you want us to do more there, and hopefully the 7th administration will work out a way for science and innovation to be given more attention. To Memu Diba, really a mother, and I didn't really know if she had children or, you know, like her personal background, and that's also been the high level of professionalism that has come from our staff. I thought most of them were non-political and, you know, weren't part of any political party. It's only this year that I find out that some of them are, last year and this year, where I find out that some of them are members of certain parties. And that for me just goes to the level of professionalism, that you understand the fact that if you're serving to support this committee, you cannot be doing it with a partisan bias. You know, otherwise we're not speaking truth to our democracy. So yeah, so Memu Diba recently helps me with something, and I almost feel like she's at that point in time babying me. So I ask her, do you have a child? And she says, yes, she's a couple of years younger than you. So I realized in that moment that, you know, certain elements of how you've gone about your work and the support and the coddling has that motherly touch to it, and appreciation of, oh, shame lengane. I mean, just Tanya, you know, who's also probably like, could be my mom's age, I think. She's just like, I don't know what I was doing, moving from where I was before with Mapulane to this side, because now like we are inundated with queries and everything. So I mean, if Tanya is also struggling herself from that perspective, imagine us, you know, trying to steer this ship politically. And members, I mean, if they were to try and understand the work that goes behind preparing a committee meeting, it's something else. By the time one sits and says, good morning, honorable members and colleagues, my work does not start that morning, that Wednesday morning. You know, there are lots of meetings, lots of calls, lots of emails, back and forths, in ensuring that we try and have an impactful and effective committee meeting on a Wednesday. And I want to thank the colleagues from the management committee for the support that they've given for us to make sure that we are able to do this work. Majosi, everyone, like everyone, thank you. Go out there, do great things, be great, continue to be these sterling representatives of our democracy. Continue to fight in your various corners. Honorable Yabo was saying, now, Plum, I think he said something about, hey, like, about the Honorable Litsi is saying, Guti, he's been so close to Honorable Yabo for years, and some of the words that he's learned from him or heard from him, he's not learned yet. But that word, Honorable Yabo, that you just used to describe my, you know, performance as a member of, or as the chair of a committee, I want to use it for all of you. You know, all of you, all of you, all of you, all of you, like sterling, par excellence, like angazi nje, top tier, creme de la creme, with all the different contributions that you made to the committee. You carried this ship. You steered the ship. I mean, any positive outcome in terms of the work that we did, all, you know, it's you. All I had to do was bring all these pieces together and say, well, this is what we're doing. But it is you, because there are many things, colleagues, that as a chair, you're not certain of them yourself, but it is through your inputs, it's through your comments, it's through your recommendations that one is brought into better perspective. Yes, actually, that, you know, one's thinking on that is the right thing. You are literally what has made this committee aplomb. There we go, aplomb. You are literally what has made this committee as effective and as impactful as it has been. And we wish the 7th administration well. And yeah, we just hope Kuti they continue this amazing legacy that I would like to believe we left from the time that Honorable Mapulane led it to this moment. And thank you for the brothers, the big brothers, the little sisters, the aunts and uncles, the grannies and grandpas that I have you know, attained in this committee. Siyabonga kakhulu. This meeting has come to an end.
Long live the chair.
Long live aplomb. Long live the dictionary. Nginamele ngithenge thesaurus nje. That's what I need.
Once.
Once. Anyway, okay then. Siyabonga, guys.
Recording stopped.